This podcast is a member of WildGamesProductions.com and D20Radio.com.
I'm Chuck Norris, and I approve this game.
Between the time when gamers played with miniatures and chainmail and the rise of the Wizards of the Coast, there was an age of advanced role-playing undreamed of. And onto the Skygax, destined to bear the jeweled crown of TSR upon a troubled brow, it was given to teach us all how to roll for initiative.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
This is the Roll for Initiative podcast, Volume 4, issue 162. We're back with another great episode this week. And so, how you been, Nick?
Okay. Very tired, though. But I've been doing very well. Thank you very much.
And Matt, with this new view, you can see all the hero clicks in his background, how much obsession he's got going on there.
Yes, my wonderful little computer office / gaming archive. Yeah. So things are going well here. Now, as I look at the room through the camera, I'm like, I kind of need to organize things a little better.
Well, it looks like a ghost is attempting to move the calendar in the background.
Yes,
so
it's yes. Fortunately, I know there's a heat vent right underneath it, blowing up on it. But for those at home,
oh, now you just blow.
I know.
Now there's no mystery to it anymore.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. I should have let it be and had us come up with a name and develop stats for the ghost in my computer room.
Yeah, definitely. So, Nick, we have any stars this week?
None. Nobody cares. But we do have some other news from iTunes that you also sent me. I think as of this past week, Roll for Initiative on iTunes is in the top 15 podcasts for gaming.
Yes, of what's hot and what's downloaded on.
What's hot and what's not. So I guess we're hot.
Actually, all the OSR podcasts for WGP are in the top 100 at this point.
Yay!
With Save or Die at 96, Stacko's Hammer at 91, and that's it. The rest of them are in the top 100.
Nice.
Sweet.
But we've all done such a good job that we made the top 100.
Very cool.
Excellent day. We've actually gone
must be doing something right.
Our show has gone as far as getting higher than podcasts like Fear the Boot and Order 66. So we thank the fans for that.
Wow. Over Fear the Boot?
Yep, they're well below us, yeah.
Amateurs. Wait, we're amateurs too.
Yeah, well, everybody's unless you're getting paid.
After what? After 5 years, now we're finally using video?
Yeah.
Yeah, technology, we're following the OSR movements here, so.
Right.
Yes, we fear technology.
Especially if you listen to last week's show.
Oh, yeah, please. Last week's show was awesome. Leave it alone.
Yes, the show was awesome. The pre-show, however.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's head into some sage advice.
Sage advice.
Sage advice. Oh, we're supposed to sing, Nick. Should we sing now that we have video?
Sage advice. Sage advice.
I let Nick sing by himself. Haha. We actually have a couple emails here. One person wrote in named DM Dastardly Dad.
Cool.
And he wants to know, so he's, let's see here. Recently he's getting back into the edition of first edition. He wants some advice on what he should pick up and should he look at Osric or not. So let's throw it over to Matt, who's usually so quiet.
Yes, traveling Matt.
Well, if you played back in...
1 second, Matt. He actually wants to know, Between the books of AD&D First Edition, Labyrinth Lord, Osric, Adventures of Dark and Deep, and Hackmaster, or any other system that's compatible, he wants to know the pros and cons of each and which one you should look at.
Okay.
So,
well,
That could be a show unto itself.
Exactly. Well, I would say if you played back in the day, go with the originals. The first edition AD&D books. Once you start reading them, it'll all start coming back to you. As for the other OSR products out there, they're going to be very similar, other than they'll probably be organized and edited better. So you can actually follow along and actually relearn the rules if things are rusty. I mean, I've always just leaned towards the original books myself. But the nice thing is, a lot like Labyrinth Lord, Adventures Dark and Deep, you can find free copies of them out there. So you can just download them all and read them and see which one fits your play style best. Adventures Dark and Deep is the next evolution of AD&D, whereas Labyrinth Lord is more along the lines of like a clone. Once you throw in the AEC, Labyrinth Lord by itself is more basic. So just
it's more like the... it's like more like the
Holmes
Moldvay version of D&D, I think.
Yeah. So I would say download the free versions of all of them and just read them and see which ones resonate best if you're not wanting to go with the original books. That's my thought. What about you, Nick?
I would have to agree with you. Since I mean, I don't know is he just getting back into the game? Is that the whole idea here, or so like he kind of just rediscovered the game? Is that what we're kind of going with there, Vince?
So basically, he's been playing it on and off since '84, and recently his brother called and wants his first edition books back. He said he's never owned a copy of his own, so now he's getting ready to buy his own copy. The big question is, should I buy first edition books, Labyrinth Lord, Osric, Adventures Dark and Deep, Hackmaster, or any other game systems I don't know about? Please discuss pros and cons.
I guess there's the email. I guess there's, since he's not like discovering the game, he's been playing on and off since '84. He's familiar with the rules. He could go, I think, one of two ways. You can go one, buy yourself the core rules again. You can either find online at various bookstores that offer them. Even Amazon, you could probably find older used copies. Or if you want to find the reprints, which I highly recommend as well, you can get those too. I mean, the reprints are beautiful. I don't know if he's seen them or not, because I can grab one of my copies over here. I got the reprints of the Player's Handbook, and we got the Unearthed Arcana, which I highly recommend because it has the errata from Dragon Magazine for everything, and it won't fall apart on you after like 2 years. Monster Manual and the Dungeon Master's Guide. The reprints are beautiful. So if you can't find an older copy that's at least in good condition, I would recommend getting the reprints. But I think I'm kind of biased now. I've really been taken with Adventures Dark and Deep. I really like what has been done there. But, I mean, any of the OSR products are good to go, too. If you're going for something like particularly first edition AD&D, Labyrinth Lord with the advanced expansion that Matt mentioned is good. Or, Adventures Dark and Deep, like how it was made in... If Gary Gygax stayed with TSR in '85 and did his version of second edition, I think that's also a good option there as well. Osric too. I mean, there's so many different. Hackmaster, yeah, but I think because it has so many extra added crunchy bits like the crits and fumbles chart and There's a very expanded skill system with talents and with the skills. I mean, yeah, it's AD&D at its core, but I don't even know if you can even find the old Hackmaster 4th edition books that were done, oh my gosh, going on 15 years now. The new edition of Hackmaster that's out is a totally different beast. It's nothing like first edition AD&D. It really is. It's a total different rules system. Has a lot more to do with opposing die rolls, particularly for combat. So there's like an attack and a defense, and you roll off. So that's probably one of the bigger differences. But yeah, either new copies, the reprints, or if you can find older copies of AD&D, Adventures Dark and Deep, Osric, Labyrinth Lord Advanced is good. With the advanced add-on, those are all good options. I don't think you'll go wrong.
Yeah, I have to agree.
There's so much stuff out there. It's actually really cool. It's just really what to your particular taste do you want.
Stick with the original books. If you already had them and you're trying to buy your own copies, just buy your own copies of the books. They're not that expensive. I mean, they have gone up a little bit in price, but I know the reprints are pretty expensive compared to the books, but I see them in half-price books every once in a while, and they're still under $10. So Amazon's pretty much relative with the same, not the reprints, the originals. Still under $10. The reprints are always in the 20s if I ever see them. So I never really got into Hackmaster 4th edition. I do have those books sitting on the shelf behind me, and I never played it. I just had it. I have that awesome GM screen.
The GM screen is wonderful. I mean, even if you play the game or not, if you could just get the Hackmaster GM screen, it's still very useful. It's ginormous.
I would say if you're looking for something for free, go with Labyrinth Lord AEC. I could highly, highly recommend getting that over anything else that's free. Yep. Not much of a fan of Osric. Nothing wrong with it, just not a fan of it. I just think it's too many house rules for AD&D 1E spirit. So, but to each their own. So
right. Like I said, it's like to what your own particular flavor and probably budget, as you kind of alluded to. What's in your budget?
Well, yeah, you can get the entire Osric, one book with all the art in it for free. Labyrinth Lord, I think you have to get art minus the art for the free one.
Right.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Minus art, and the AEC minus art. That's how they have it set up. So you can have it for free, but if you want the little extras, you have to pay for it, which I don't as much of a problem because it's well written, laid out, wonderful. I made a travel size of it that's half the size of it, and it just looks awesome. The travel size compared to the big size. I love it, and I always keep that in my little GM binder in case I want to play basic D&D or something.
And all these products either are available in PDF or hardbound, softback, or a combination thereof. So I'm one of those people that the PDF's great, but I prefer the dead tree. That's just me. I like having that in my grubby little hands.
And Adventures Dark and Deep I haven't really read since the original reviews that we had, but I hear people raving about it, such as you, Nick. So
you got to get it, Vince.
Yeah,
it's awesome. If
Nick highly recommends it, I suggest everybody run out to the store and buy it right now.
Go to RPG Now.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Now.
Nick is an important person in the community, and if he says that it's good, you have to go buy it.
Oh my goodness, really? I am.
He's like the Oprah of OSR. Nick, you're the
God. Everybody gets copies. Look under your chairs.
That's it. That's what we're gonna do from now on, Matt. We're gonna make up a sticker.
I can't believe I did that.
Nick's Book Club, and it's gonna be like Oprah's sticker.
Yeah, we'll just go to our local game store.
Yeah, but it's
and put this little sticker on.
It's the anti-Oprah Book Club.
Yes, it's endorsed by Nick.
Though she did Though she did, if I remember correctly, someone might correct me on this. She did years ago. She did recommend Cormac McCormick's The Road. It was in her book club. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not kidding. If you've seen the movie,
No.
The Road, the book, oh my God. Yeah, it's the same guy who wrote, what was it? No Country for Old Men or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Cormac McCormick. But anyway, yeah, she actually recommended The Road. Yeah, real feel-good movie of the year, that one was. Anyway.
all right, cool. So we do have another email coming in. It's related to kind of what's going on here for Adventures Dark and Deep. I pulled this email out of our many emails. He has a mini rant about 161 because this is from, I'm going to say Ion Jr., IONJR, so Ion Jr. I don't know. I could be pronouncing that wrong. I apologize. He writes he has a mini rant about 161. What he wants to know, he's saying psionics aren't included in Adventures Dark and Deep. Dark and Deep. Wow, is that a new game, Joe? Sorry about that.
Adventures Dark and Geek.
Someone's quickly writing that down to copyright it now.
Yes.
It drove him nuts until he asked Joe. He must have got his answer, but as says rant over. Great podcast. Keep up the good work. He's going to go grab that Outpost module we did review last time. So,
right.
Yeah.
Nick, did you say there is psionics in there, like a page of it or something?
Yes, there is. In fact, I got my books right here. It's in the largest book. It's in the bestiary, near the very back of the bestiary. If I can turn to it, if I remember, it's in the appendix here. Where the heck is it? Okay. Maybe I missed it. Yes. It's in Appendix B. The Psychic Strike. It's one page. That's it. I love it.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. And that's really the extent of psionics in Adventures Dark and Deep under that rule system. Now, I'm sure if you wanted to port over the first edition ones, if you want to use that, which I am not a real fan of at all, or the second edition AD&D ones, which I have to admit are actually pretty good. Those are the psionic rules I actually understood.
Oh, the Splat book?
Yeah, the Splat book, the Psionicist Handbook, which is kind of a double-edged sword, that book, if I could just say that, because one, yes, you got some well-defined rules for psionics, but two, the psionicist is probably one of the most broken classes ever. Because I had a friend of mine who played a psionicist, and we were going through Temple of Elemental Evil, and it was like nothing to him. It was just when you use a psionicist, the rules are just crazy. In fact, I had the same psionicist my friend played. We were going through Ruins of Undermountain, and he found this 100,000 gold piece value gem. And for psionicists, they could store psychic energy points in gems. And I think it's 1 point per 100 gold piece value of the gem.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah. So he pretty much found like the holy grail of psionics power storing devices. I'm like, great. End the campaign.
I'm sure. Were you the GM or was someone else's GM?
I was GMing when I was doing Ruins on Undermountain. And yeah, they found this 100,000 GP gem.
Did you say, "Dope"?
Yeah, not one of the proudest moments of being a dungeon master, no. So
we all live, we learn, we move on.
That's right. You live and learn and move on.
Every gem from now on was now worth 1 gold piece.
Yeah.
He gets copper gems. Gems that are only worth a copper piece.
Yes, copper gems?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What?
Every gem is only.
Can you do that?
Why not?
I think he gets copper for the gem, but his hangout went. So
Yes.
Rolled over his words.
Yes.
Anyway, rfistaff@gmail.com if you'd like to email us, and we will pick your email out for the week and say it on the show. Otherwise, hold your peace. So 570-865-4210 is the Wild Games Productions hotline. And usually we have to. Actually, it's been kind of dusty lately because I haven't looked into it too much. But I noticed there was no voicemail, so there's no need to pick up the phone and listen.
Yeah, we've had emails, but voicemail has been kind of stagnant for at least a month.
Yeah, Kojo took a break, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, where are you, DM Kojo? Come on. You're usually the guy.
Yeah. All right, so let's head into some table manners.
This podcast is brought to you in part by a not very generous grant from Lesser Gnome, publisher of quality role-playing games since last year. Gnomes value high-minded programming just like you. Learn more at their website at www.lessergnome.com.
Typical. Of all the evil creatures in the world, I'd like to find one with table manners.
What are you kidding me? I spent years cultivating the worst table manners on the planet.
Table manners.
All right. We're going to go into table manners here, ladies and gentlemen. And Matt was able to find us a really, I think, really cool adventure to review. This is really over the head. I would say, yeah, kind of gonzo in its way. And it's by
Usherwood Adventures is what it is.
Usherwood Adventures.
Yeah.
And Vince was kind enough to hold it up there.
I'm trying to get it up there. So people can see it, but you keep talking. Sorry. Stop now talking. Whatever. I'm done.
Okay. Anywho, yes, it's by Usherwood Adventures, and it is called The Cloud World of Arme.
That's what I'm thinking it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Because, yeah.
It's by Keith Sloan. And it's a high adventure from middle school. And there's a reason behind that. I just love the very front of this where it says, for 4 to 7 characters of mixed experience levels, where written over says, over 4 to 7 characters, or maybe more, or fewer. and what the hell ever levels. So you can probably see where this is going.
Yes, and it's also a standalone Usherwood adventure for a very good reason.
Yeah.
Yes. But going right from the get-go, I do have to read the publisher's note if you guys can let me indulge here.
Yes, because this sets the tone perfectly.
Because this really sets the tone. It sets the tone for the adventure. And he has was a publisher's note. If you were anything like me when you first became involved as a DM in the world of role-playing D&D, the notion of an intelligently written module was kind of an alien concept. I mean, isn't the idea of just kicking the stuffing out of your players the main thing anyway? Who wants to get involved in complex storylines, plot development, logical progression of events, and level-appropriate NPCs? Am I right? The series of high adventure from middle school modules seeks to faithfully reproduce those gems of adventure concepts directly from the mind of the 13-year-old DM that still exists somewhere deep inside all of us old school gamers. Unedited, and when possible, scanned directly from the original handwritten notes, these adventures may seem unintelligible at times and patently ludicrous at others. In retrospect, it seems impossible that we actually played these games at times, but we did, and those of us who kept at it hopefully got much better at it. So raise your soda cans high and give thanks for the large pepperoni extra cheese. Let's recall those bygone days sitting around the gaming table and paying homage to high adventures from middle school.
Yes.
And that was by Kramer, Usherwood DM, Columbus Junior High, Canoga Park, California, 1976 to 1979. So everybody now understands where this is leading.
Yes. And they also have a note here. If you have your own notes from where you've written your module as a 13-year-old, they want them. They will publish them.
Yeah.
So send them to. They have an email link. So, because they want to make it a part of the series, because these things are glorious.
So if you have still, I know a lot of DMs do, some notes from an adventure that you wrote back when you were 11, 12, 13 years old, somewhere in that area when you first started playing D&D, and you probably were sitting down going, this is so awesome. I'm going to write this up right here. It's going to be the coolest thing ever. And then you look back and you go, but they might publish it for you. Why the hell not?
Right.
For nostalgia reasons, if anything.
Exactly. It's like when buying lots of books off Craigslist, sometimes I've had people throw in their old campaign notes and character sheets as well. So I actually have a stack of these other people's notes that are just like this, and it's great.
No kidding.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
One time I went to buy what I thought was a DM screen at Half Price Books. It was in a bag, bundled up, and they had the outer cover of the first edition DM screen. I get it home. The paper inside of what I thought was like the module that would come with it was actually handwritten campaign notes, and there was no DM screen in it. So I paid $3 for someone's campaign notes at Half Price Books. It was well worth the $3. But yes.
Okay, as long as you feel like you got your money's worth, Matt, that's cool.
Yes. Because I have always enjoyed this type of stuff. But yeah, when I found these modules, I'm like, we need to talk about it.
Yeah, this is really cool. It's the Cloud World of Arme. And really the premises behind it is, and I think I'm guilty of this too. Anybody who went through the giant series of modules, some DM somewhere and made their own G4. You know, he had G1 through G3. Someone somewhere made G4. And he said mostly people think the logical following was stone giants, but this guy went all the way to cloud giants. And he made a little kingdom for them, the Kingdom of Stratos. And it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, that's to say the least. It's got everything you would want in a good dungeon crawl. Lots of rooms, lots of monsters that make no sense at all. If it wasn't for the overwhelming theme of Cloud Giant, you would think maybe he was just using the random generation table at times. And not not to mention, let's just go, the first room of the first cloud they meet involves a Type 1 demon.
Two Type 1 demons.
Two Type 1 demons.
Two.
Yes.
So, two Type 1 demons.
And a module.
And the description is these creatures can cause darkness, 5-foot radius, detect invisible objects, telekinesis, 2,000 gold pieces weight, and gate in, 10% chance of success, another Type 1 demon. They will attempt to fly first in for an attack. Then before they get there, they will use their telekinesis on a single person and attempt to drop them off the cloud. So, right off the bat, you have the potential for at least 2 player characters dying.
Well, 3, because if they gate, you get another demon.
Right.
So you get 3.
So there's a potential of that. Yes. Maybe even 4.
Right.
And
I think we also need to say this entire setting is set on clouds.
Yeah.
And nowhere is it explained it's on clouds. It's implied. That's one of the charms of this module. There's a lot of things that are implied. You just have to, after you read it a little bit, you'll figure it out and be able to roll with it.
Just kind of assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got, we become so how should I say it? We've become so used to over the time from then and now, it's like, logical progression of the, how dungeons are laid out and dungeon ecology and blah, 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 blah. No, none of that here. If it was cool, if it was nasty, we put it in the module, didn't we, guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
And usually a lot of
it. Yes. And there's a lot in this. This
whole thing about balance. No.
No.
That is like not going to happen.
No.
So, yeah. So again, the basic premise, a follow on to the original Against the Giants series. It's Cloud Giants, and it's on in a cloud kingdom. So the cloud kingdom of, I think,
Arme.
Stratos is what I call
Oh yeah, Stratos is the cloud world of Arme.
is the key. Yes, the cloud. Yes, the cloud kingdom in Arme. But so you got Type 1 demons. There's an insane aerial servant that will fight to the death. But and here's another thing about this. So you fight, you go against these Type 1 demons. Might fight. What's that?
I just want a quick thing how it's written, like we were talking about in the beginning, so people can see.
Oh, sure.
It's on like a notepad type thing with writing like this, with like the papers look like they're kind of aged.
Mm-hmm.
All right, continue.
Yeah, so it has that look. The actual format is kind of like, like if it was written in a notebook or on a notepad, just like how we all did it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have things like computers. So, and here's where you go with the weird, twisted, I don't know if you want to call it logic. So we have the Type 1 demons, the aerial servants, and the next encounter are 4 Shidus. So
and they have 85 points.
Okay.
Psionics.
Yeah, they have 85 psionic points. But, if you befriend them, 45% of the time they'll help you on their journey, which in retrospect, you're probably going to need these guys.
Yeah.
But if you're not, or if you're
rude or evil, as it's put.
if you're rude or evil, God forbid if you're both, they will violently attack you to the death. Forget about morale checks, folks.
And then we get our first treasure loot.
Yeah.
2,000
silver, 1,000 gold.
2 gems worth.
2 gems worth from
1,000 to 100 to 1,000, and a potion of flying, which in a cloud world is kind of useful.
So not so bad yet as far as the coinage. So then there's a hole in a cloud, and this is where we start to see, wow, the treasure is gonna get a little out of hand.
Yeah.
So they find this hole in the cloud, and there's a 35% chance you'll find this alcove. And there's a secret door in this alcove. Why there's a secret door in a cloud? Who cares? There's a room with 2,000 of all different coins, like 2,000 of gold, electrum each, 4 gems, 2 jewels, 6 potions, 2 scrolls, and other magic items.
Hey,
okay?
Who cares why that's there?
Right. So, randomly, there's gems, there's jewels. You're not given the values. It's up to you as a DM to figure this out, which actually I think is kind of cool. It's up to you to figure out, what the potions are, the scrolls, and the 2 other magic items are, so which is kind of cool.
But there is a little caveat with the door, though. When you open the door, it gives weakness to everyone within 10 feet. So it's minus 1d6 strength to everyone within 10 feet of the door.
And there is no save.
No, it just happens.
It says it.
I didn't even know.
There's a weakness gas, and there is no save to the gas.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's totally a 12-year-old move. Come on, man. No
I'd see. There you go.
Yeah. We're setting the scene. So you start off this adventure, and it doesn't say there's a time period for this weakness to wear off either.
No.
It looks like it's a permanent thing.
Yeah.
I think so.
And you're going to be fighting cloud giants. And you're all 1d6 lower on your strength.
Well, yeah, but Matt, let them know what's on Cloud B.
Oh, Cloud B. Yes. This is where we're only like 5 rooms in, where you get to meet a young adult red dragon. And it gets better because he's also immune to all frost and ice. Because he threatened to eat a wizard if the wizard did not give him immunity to such things.
Yeah. And he's got a lot of treasure.
Yep.
And we're only like in the 4th or 5th area here, folks.
Right.
This is just...
If you were to run this, use encumbrance rules. Please use encumbrance rules.
Use encumbrance rules.
Because, yes, the dragon does not speak and he is not sleeping. It explicitly states that. And he will just use his breath weapon on you. So you walk in 3 times, fire breath. Then after that,
pretty much.
Yeah, melee normally. And then his treasure, 35,000 silver, 40,000 gold, 1 gem worth 1,000 gold, 10 jewels, and 3 magic items determined randomly. So magic item count, we're up to 5. 5 random magic items, not to mention the thousands upon thousands of pounds of gold. And
so,
yeah.
This is funny because, like, when I started reading this, I'm like, you know, this reminds me of when I was like 12, 13, 14 years old. I was writing an adventure. And it was probably like late at night on a Friday. I've drank way too much soda pop, eaten way too much junk food. I'm at home in my basement where my bedroom was. And I'm trying to dream up like one of the coolest like adventures ever. And this is probably some of the stuff I was trying to come up with.
Yeah.
So,
don't you wish you kept
no rhyme or reason to it whatsoever.
I bet you wish you kept that notebook, Nick, huh?
Yeah, well.
In a way, yes, and in a way, no. It's
in a way, yeah.
But yeah.
But this is why it's so funny. It's so fun. It's like you're reading this, you're like, yeah, you know what? That's how it was for a lot of us.
Right.
We didn't know any better.
I wonder if someone who started gaming
is it better now?
I wonder if someone who started gaming within, say, like the 3.5 boom would actually even appreciate this type of module. Or would they just be horribly confused?
I don't know about confused, probably more like terrified.
Yeah. They'd be like, what is going on? And where's all the old-time gamers?
What about game balance?
It was like...
What about game balance?
No, it didn't exist. No. Nowhere will you find game balance in first edition books. It is not mentioned explicitly. It's just kind of implied.
That's why it was a challenge.
Yes.
Balance, bah.
Yeah.
Bah. If you can't handle a red dragon for the 5th encounter, why not? What's wrong with you?
You can't handle a young adult red dragon by the 4th encounter, you're out.
Yeah.
You don't need to play.
Only the best of the best here.
Pack up your dice and go home. So we got Cloud C here. And we got on Cloud C, there's an air elemental. Can only be hit by +2 weapons. A Djinn.
Huge Afridi, right?
And the next encounter is in Afridi.
A huge one.
A Djinn. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, though, and I don't think this was covered in the adventure at all.
Oh.
Well, also the Djinn will be, if you're good or neutral, the party, he'll be friendly 50% of the time if you first encounter him. So
yeah,
pretty good chance he'll befriend you as well.
So you can actually get a nice little group of menagerie with you adventuring through this if you're lucky.
Yeah, 4 Shidus and a Djinn.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need them.
Yeah. Just wait till we get to that last wandering monster chart.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So, here's the funny thing, though, because you go to the next room, there's an Afridi. And if I remember correctly, don't Djinn and Ifriti hate each other?
Yeah.
So this is like not good.
Right. Because when you walk in, the Afridi is asking if they know where the Djinn is. And if a negative answer is given, he will become very angry and attempt to kill. So if you walk in with the Djinn as your buddy, he's going to kill. But his abilities are he grants 3 wishes, invisibility, gaseous form, detect magic, create illusion, wall of fire, produce flame, and pyrotechnics. There is no way to capture him unless he is cut down to 10 hit points. So if you get him down to 10 hit points, you got 3 wishes.
Uh-huh.
So, yes. Okay. So, let's see. We got
one thing note here.
Yeah.
He has no treasure.
Yeah.
Right.
You go through this whole battle, he's got nothing.
Right. So you better hope you can get him
somewhere.
Yeah. Well, you better hope you actually get him to surrender so that way you can get his powers, if you can trap him.
Well, that's what the 3 wishes are for.
Yes.
You wish for stuff.
That is your treasure, wishing for...
And no wishing for more wishes.
Right.
Aww.
And actually, if you're in a game like this and are given wishes, I would recommend don't use them. Because it could, if you have a DM running this type of game, it can only end very poorly for you.
Yeah, it'll just end in tears.
Yes, because thinking back,
bank those 3 wishes. I would bank those suckers.
Yeah.
So if everything is going well for the party at this point, you have a Djinn and 4 Shidus as basically companions to your party as they're adventuring along with you. So it might even get bigger with the next encounter. You have 4 Lamassu that you encounter in the very next area. They got the 30% magic resistance, permanent protection from evil, 10-foot radius, which they can work at double strength. They can become invisible and dimension door. And if approached by good creatures, they will use heal spells to heal 4 to 14 points and 8 to 28 points. They will ignore neutral and attack evil creatures. They have 3,000 gold and 5 gems. Now, up to this point, I think you might need some healing.
Yeah.
And if you play your cards right, like along with the healing, you're going to not only have, so you're going to have 4 Lamassu maybe with you. I don't know. They might come along.
Yeah.
Doesn't say it, but you do. You got 4 Shidu and the Djinn. So a Djinn, 4 Lamassu, and 4 Shidus. So that would be a damn good adventuring party on its own.
Right. In any other adventure.
Yeah. On any other adventure, you're winning. But this one, as you go along, you'll find out that you're going to need as much help as you can possibly get.
Yes.
Which hence goes to Cloud D. And if you would be so kind to go on the Cloud D and tell us what's there.
Yes. On Cloud D is a manticore. Why is a manticore in the cloud? It can shoot.
Why not?
Yeah, why
They
not?
fly.
Exactly. Shoot 6 tail spikes that do 1d6 hit points damage. Fire 4 volleys. If approached, will attack viciously and call for Area 5, which will arrive in 3 rounds. If losing badly, fly away in return. It has 3,000 Electrum, 3,000 gold, 6 gems worth 1,000 gold each, and magic items, which are a scroll of 5 spell level 1 through 6, or 5 spell level 1 through 6, leather armor +1, and a potion of invulnerability. So if we go to, so it references what is in Area 5, because
What is Area 5?
Area 5,
Oh.
well, actually, but first let's go to Area 2, which is the same as Area 1. You'll also notice
Which
a lot in Area 1.
Yeah, Cloud A, Area 1.
Yes, Cloud A, Area 1. Hi, demons.
There are more Type 1 demons.
Yes, because Area 5 is just, it gets more manticores. But then after you deal with the demons, we now have in Area 3 100 skeletons?
Yeah.
What are they doing on the cloud?
They've been
Well,
ordered
I
by...
don't know.
Well, no, it's explained. This has an explanation. They have been ordered by someone to stay here until someone is seen and attack them to the death. And at the edge of the cloud is a statue of a huge monster. It is ceramic with a gold inlay worth 5,000 gold. So if they want to carry a giant statue worth 5,000 gold, they can. So at this point, I'm
Right.
imagining some of the Shidus looking more like Patsy from Monty Python and the Holy Grail carrying all the loot they've gotten so far.
I'm just trying to figure out, like what Vince says, like, why the heck are 100 skeletons on this cloud world?
Right. Then you got Area 4, though. 50 zombies. What?
And then 50 zombies, yes.
And then they were ordered by the same one who ordered the skeletons at 3. So they'll attack immediately as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a chest there with 5,000 silver, 4,000 Electrum, Nick's pay for this episode, and a pendant worth 2,000 gold. So you got your... This is... So you do have a little of everything in this, though. you do have your Cloud, your Area, your Elementals. You got your Demons. You got your Undead. You got your Dragons. There's a little something for everyone.
This was definitely written by a kid with ADD. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And then, he just went all over the monster mail. I was like, you know what? The cleric is getting no love in this adventure. I'm going to throw 100 skeletons and 50 zombies just for the heck of it.
Exactly. Just imagine, though, you're on a cloud. If you turn these zombies and skeletons, they all do the lemming death jump.
Yes.
Yes.
That would be so much fun.
Yes, they all just run away from your cleric, lunging off to their doom.
Okay.
And then,
now, this is where... So that was Cloud D. Now, you have Cloud E.
We touched on 5 with the Manticores.
Did I miss something?
In Area 5...
I'm sorry.
Yes, they were summoned earlier, possibly. But they got the volleys. If losing badly, they will fly to Sri Lanka to warn the Emperor of invasion. He will then send 25 knights. They will hunt down the party and try to take them peacefully to Arme so he can decide what to do. They have 4,000 silver, 8,000 gold, and 6 gems of unknown value. So these Manticore, if you don't kill them, will flee and bring 25 knights hunting you down.
From Sri Lanka, folks.
Sri Lanka.
From Sri Lanka.
Just let that sink in for a little bit. Sri Lanka.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to figure out why Sri Lanka. I mean,
why not?
Why not?
It's I don't know. Do I care? I'm not really, but
the Sri Lankan Knights, you better fear them.
I guess there's who would have thought that Sri Lanka had such formidable knights in their military?
Yes.
So, I don't know. I mean, I always figured Sri Lanka was like India Light, but what do I know?
Yeah. Apparently they have...
I alienated all of Sri Lanka, our listeners there, didn't I?
Yeah.
They all stopped listening to the podcast and gave us 1 star, Nick.
All 3 of them.
Yes. But now we're jumping to Cloudy. And the first room in Cloudy...
yes.
Yes. Do you remember that?
Here's the thing with Cloudy. I'm looking at it now, and I'm thinking, okay, this is probably when it's really late at night. He's really tired, and he's like, you know what? To hell with it. I'm just going to do this. Go ahead.
Yes.
I do like section 3 when it says there's a hole in the cloud. There's no way of seeing it. Magic detects it, 3 and 6.
Yeah.
So basically, since you're on a cloud and there's a hole, that means it's a death pit that you can't see.
Yeah.
You better hope you've taken that potion of flying and drank it.
I think this is where the guy who wrote it when he was that age, he was getting lazy here.
Right. He hit Cloud.
Look at the first 2 encounters.
Yeah.
Same as Cloud A, Area 4, yeah.
Same as Cloud D, Area 5.
So more Manticores.
I'm just filling it.
So D means is the 4 Manticores, which bring 25 knights. So you'll have 50 knights hunting you down. Cloud A is the one where you find all the magic loot in the hole.
Yeah, Area 4.
That was the magic loot one.
4, which is the hole in the cloud.
Yes.
Right.
So now we have 50 knights hunting you down after Cloudy Section 2. Then we got 3, which is the hole you're not going to find unless you happen to detect it with magic, which you probably won't, which will probably fall in the hole and die. Unless you drink that potion of flying, or you got a bunch of other potions of flying. Then
I don't get that. You're a party of walking ulcers, just do. Nobody noticed it. They all go down.
Wile E. Coyote. Maybe it's one if you don't look down, once you start falling, you'll walk over it like Wile E. Coyote in a Roadrunner cartoon.
That's a possibility.
Right there, your party is dead.
Yes.
So far in this adventure, I'll go with any sort of logic.
Yeah.
Nothing surprises you now?
No, not at all. But you know what? It's still better than Forest Oracle.
Yes.
It's still better than Forest Oracle, guys. I'm sorry. At least this one's entertaining.
Right. That it is.
Forest Oracle, even that.
Yep. Then Yeah, and our next one is Cloudy Room 4, where we get the tax collectors.
Back up.
Oh, yes.
Don't forget the 5 knights that are there to collect revenue for the governor.
Yeah, that's
Yes, I was just mentioning that.
Yeah, that's section.
Okay.
That's section 4, the tax collectors, the 5 knights. They collect revenues, and they all they want is 20 gold. You give them 20 gold, they go away and they don't bother you. However, they will fight if you don't pay your taxes. They personally carry 20 each, and one carries a bag with 1,000 copper, 2,000 silver, 8,000 electrum, 2,000 gold, 12 gems, 7 jewels, and a potion of healing.
I could like most of us during this time, we did not bother with encumbrance rules.
Yeah, I was gonna say this guy have like a 27 strength to hold all this stuff.
So it's 1,000 copper. That's 100 pounds. 200, 800, another 200. So a half a ton of coinage in one bag. Am I right?
Yeah,
a little over half a ton.
Right. At this point, you'll want to use one of those wishes from the Ifrit just to be able to carry all your stuff. Because
a bag with all this.
Yes, a single bag with basically the weight of a Volkswagen.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, that's a great bag. You should keep it. It's probably. And then we get into some special encounters as well.
Yeah, and actually these are I actually kind of like because it ties it in with the other Giant series.
Yeah. Because at this point, there's a small garrison of 20 troops. They're showing Baltar around. And he's a frost giant from Jarl to check out. His new ally, Baltar. Baltar's bag has 100 to 1,000 of all coins, 1d4 gems and jewels, all used as gifts, and miscellany, and 3 rocks which he could. Miscellaneous, and then has 3 rocks which he hurls to do 2 to 20 hit points of damage, and each troop has 10 gold. So you've got another 200 gold, not to mention all the other coins, and giant boulders thrown by a frost.
And here's the thing I was trying to figure out. Are these troops just human troops?
I'm thinking so.
That's what I'm thinking.
So they're like mercenaries or something. That's what I'm thinking too. It's like they're not frost giant troops. They're just humans.
Right, yeah, because it's just if you look at them, Dex 10.
The frost giants are using humans as troops? Who the hell knows?
Why? There's a problem with the portal, maybe, to get there. They can only fit one giant through, and the rest was humans.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I was kind of thinking like maybe they're like mercenaries or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, because the next encounter is another 20 troops, but they're escorting a stone giant around. Zarkov.
Yes.
And he's another emissary, but from the Jotuns, where many other stone giants have gotten together in alliance, which pledges allegiance with Lolth. Zarkov's bag.
I pledge allegiance to Lolth.
Yes. And Zarkov has an identical bag to Baltar's, and then the troops are the same. So basically, it's the identical encounter, just swap frost for stone.
Yeah, this is where, as I know, I did the same thing too when I was about that age. I'm like, this is getting too hard to write. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to copy stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of palette swaps.
Yeah.
Yes, and then there's just some notes on the palace. We've got ballista. There's a lot of ballista in this module as well. Troop encampments consist of like 10 men. Catapults. Visibility of 30 feet. It's specified. Then we get our random encounter charts. Which
isn't so bad. The first one's not so bad.
No. It's 2 and 8, so 25% of the time you're going to encounter either some 1d4 cloud giants, 2 to 8 Garuds, because guards are spelled Gaurds, and 2 to 5 knights. So
maybe that's a new monster, the Garud.
The Garud. Yes, there's quite a few Garuds in this, so just be wary.
Yes, there are quite a few Garuds.
Yes.
Very nasty.
Yes.
Just like the gazebo.
Yes.
Very nasty creature.
Yes, it is.
Right.
And then
I would probably throw in a gazebo in there just for the hell of it.
Right. It would make sense. As much as everything else, it makes sense. From here, though, we're...
Just for you.
Thank you.
And now we're at the Governor Arme's palace.
Yes, the Governor Arme's. There's an entry hall.
He's French. Arme.
Arme. The walls are painted with scenes on everyday cloud giants, so I'm going to speak like a French person.
Oh, stop it.
Okay. In the corner is a statue of Ral, the king of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka again. I don't know. He is the leader of Arme himself because Arme is the governor of this provincial district. The statue wears a necklace worth 1,000 gold pieces. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
You have another encounter after that. Chamber of Columns with Patrol 5 Knights. They will viciously attack anyone. If very quiet, there's a 50% chance to hide between the columns when they approach. They can be attacked at +3 to hit and for damage. Each has 20 gold. So I guess if you hide between the columns, you're a +3 to hit and damage.
Yep. So if you do the Looney
After
Tunes...
there's a barracks. Yes. So there's a barracks. After that, 4 cloud giants. They each have 3 spears, which do quite a bit of damage. 2 to 16, and 4 boulders that do 2 to 24. 3 chests in the room. The first is trapped with sleeping gas, save it -2. And paralyzing gas, save it -3. So it has sleeping and paralyzing gas in it.
Yep.
First, check sleep gas, and if it affects, no check is made for the paralyzation gas. Each lasts for 2 to 7 turns. Now we got a duration on something.
Finally.
The second has 15 poison darts. Each person within 6 will be hit 2 to 5 darts. They will take full hit points of damage per hit plus a saving throw. Excuse me.
Must be made at -2.
Must be made at -2 for each dart that hits.
But
There's
it doesn't explain the poison at all.
Yeah, we don't know what the poison does.
So make your own. Probably it's save versus death.
Make your own. Save or die.
Yeah. And considering the number of darts you're hit with, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no treasure here.
Then there's the third one.
So the poison dart one was guarding
gold,
nothing.
4 gems worth of...
The poison dart chest was guarding nothing.
That's why I like it.
Yes.
That's why it's so awesome. Because I would do that to my players.
Yeah.
Even today.
Yes.
Open up the empty chest, but they're getting pelted with darts. And the other chest, which has all the freaking treasure in it, is not guarded.
Nope, not at all.
That's the head scratcher.
Yes.
They're like, oh?
What? So if you open chest 3 first and
Fritz
just leave...
and Joe died because of that?
Yes.
So the third one had 4,000 gold pieces, 4 gems worth 100 gold pieces each, and a jewel worth 5,000 gold. And the fourth one is about the same. Guard room, 4 cloud giants in there.
These
boulders. They also have brought ballistas from room 10 and 11.
And each ballista
has put at
8-4. Yeah, and each ballista has 6 shots, so they'll be firing ballistas at you in a room.
Yeah.
And then
if things go the same treasure too.
Yeah, well, though this has potions and scrolls determined randomly. The ballistas are actually manned by 2 men, and then if things go badly, they summon in more giants from another room.
Yeah. Then there's 5,000 gold, 600 platinum, and 3 potions and 1 scroll determined randomly on the tables in the DM's guide.
Then there says there will be no delusion
or treasure finding.
What?
I think delusion or treasure finding potions. Is that what he meant?
I guess. Or if you take it literally,
is again. Yeah, I think that's what he meant. There's no delusion or treasure finding potions. I mean, we already know that the adventurers are deluded.
Yeah.
But
then we get the room.
They are finding treasure.
Yes. Then room 5 is the same as room 4.
We're getting in every way, but there's contact poison on the treasure.
Yes. So
again, getting lazy.
So contact poison on 5,000 gold? Does each coin have contact poison? So as you go to spend them, you hand it off to, if you're wearing gloves, you hand it to the poor merchant. He croaks over dead.
He steals stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good way.
Yeah.
Keep your stuff from being stolen.
Right. Then we go to room 6. Another guard room.
Yes. A Garood room.
A Garood room. This has 6 giant Garoods.
It says Garood.
They will always attack non-giant
giant
creatures. They will attack good giants such as storm giants and 50% of other cloud giants. So other cloud giants that would normally be just wandering this area, they will attack just because. Even if they should be there. It doesn't say what type of giant.
That's why these are great guard.
Yes, and it doesn't say what type of giants these are either. And this has 2 chests. The first is trapped with poison and fear gas. The fear gas will cause the party to run at top speed for 2 to 7 turns, which you are on cloud. So if you run really fast out of the palace into the clouds, you could run off a cloud.
Mm-hmm.
They will go anywhere away from the palace, that means you're running onto the clouds. There is nothing of value here. Then the second is trapped with hopelessness gas. The gas will affect anyone. If it affects anyone, affected will notice on the wall in common a sign that says surrender. They will ring it. They will ring the sign. I'm assuming it's also has a bell. And await for 6 troops from 8 who will arrest them and throw. There are 12,000 gold in the chest. 12,000 gold in the chest. I'm assuming those are gems, maybe? 12 gems, 12 jewelry, maybe. Again, this is...
Might have been like... Maybe he meant there was just 12,000 gold in the chest.
And maybe he just wrote 12,000 gold? Or is it 12
I don't know.
12,000 gold? But yes, you can determine on your own what that is. And then room 7 is the same as 6. Because, again...
That's because that's what it says.
Yes.
Is the same as above.
Right.
Friday night writing down. Yep.
Friday night writing it down. I'm so tired.
We're
playing this tomorrow.
It must be known. I wish we were keeping a running tally of all the gold and coinage they accumulated because...
Oh my God, we should have.
No matter what.
Yes, we should. Well...
I would say probably coinage right now is probably what?
We're 12, so that means we're going to go up 20 levels in one session.
Right. Yes, there is no one level cap here. You could go from level 5 to 20 in one session under these rules.
That's right. Sure, Xandar is finally going to level up.
Right. Yes, you'll go from level 1 to godhood.
Yes.
Then we go into room 8.
That's how we did it.
Yes, it is. Room 8 is where, if they sounded the alarm, where the backups came, 4 cloud giants. There will also be 4 human guards, this time not Garoods.
Hey, it's spelled right this time.
The humans will fire ballistas at you. 12 shots.
12 shots.
First, each does 2 to 16 hit points. Then the giants will swing at any survivors while the humans go into room 10 for 4 more shots. So they go to reload. Each giant has 250 gold pieces, and the humans have 10. There's no other treasure. Room 9 is the same as room 8.
Yes, same as 8 above.
Yep. Room 10 is the storage room.
I'm telling you, this is like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, Friday night. It's like, I am so writing. I'm cutting corners. We're playing this tomorrow. And it's still going to be the best adventure ever.
Right. Then room 10 is the storage room. It's littered with all kinds of things. There are numerous crates of food stuff and supplies here. And then there's another ballista and 40 shots. 44 if the humans did not get any. And there's also 8,000 gold. So now your party has a ballista to take with them. Mm-hmm. Not to mention
if they haven't taken any others, if they slayed the other guys.
So your party is outfitted with these ballistas. You have 4 Shidu, a Dijon, and possibly an Ifrit. A bunch of wishes.
Dude, that if that Dijin's in our party, he is carrying a ballista, and he is using that thing like a crossbow.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I am mounting ballistas on the back of Shidu right now.
Yes.
Using them as like mobile armor personnel carriers.
Yes. You're riding the back of a She-Do, sporting a ballista on its shoulder.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Because that's how we roll.
Right. And you'll need them because then you go into the barracks in a guard room. 24 guards are here. Each are armed with heavy crossbows and 30 bolts. They are firing at anyone that break into the palace. Fire at +2 and enemy fire at -4. There are also...
Actually, it says they fire 8.
Oh, yes, they fire 8 is an ATE. 8. So...
Yes, so they 8 to fire?
I guess. They eat fire at +2.
I love all the typos. They're so fun.
Yes.
The typos are great.
Yes, they are. And there are also several beds, tables, and chairs scattered throughout the room. They will fight to the death. Another 2,500 gold pieces locked in a trunk for the party fund. There is also 4 gems worth 5,000 gold each. 1 jewel worth 1,000 gold. And each person carries 10 gold. And then...
Okay, hold on a second. So there's 2,500 gold pieces locked in a trunk for the party fund.
Yeah.
Now, yes. How do they know that? Is there a note? This is for the party fund.
Yes, probably so. It's probably like the tip jar. It says party fund. It has the little slot on top of the chest. They put their extra coinage in because they're going to have a really good party for 2,500 gold.
Okay.
And then room 13 is the same as above because they got 2 party rooms here. 2 party rooms. And then
yes, 13, same as above.
Yep. And then room 14 is the same as 8, but the humans will not go and get more shots. So you get more ballistas because this writer loved ballistas. Ballistas in rooms, not guarding walls, in rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And then room 15
That's right.
is the same as room 14, which is the same as room 8.
Yeah. Lots and lots. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And now you're getting to the point where it's like, okay, now my next encounter is the one I actually really want to do.
Yes.
This is the one I am actually going to plan out.
Right, because this one actually has
chamber.
This one has lots of words. Because this lieutenant is also the accountant. Because as you walk in, he is balancing the budget to see how much Arme's can afford to pay his troops.
I think he had plenty of cash.
Well, considering the party fund, he pays his troops well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If the room is entered, he will grab his sword to see who it is. If it's not one of the soldiers, he will attack and try to kill the invaders. If losing badly, he will read a special scroll that'll summon a Type 3 demon. Because why not?
Why not? So cloud giants can read off the scrolls and summon Type 3 demons.
Yes. You know what?
Okay.
This would be an awesome actual play podcast to run this.
Yes, we need to run this as an
actual...
Oh my
God, yes.
Yes, we need to do this.
And here's the thing. You have to dig through your old files of your old characters to bring the most biggest badass one you got.
Right.
And see how far you get.
All you have to do is scan it to show that that's what you handwritten down on your notebook paper. We don't want nothing typed. We want the original scanned brokenness.
Oh, hell yes.
Yes, its major abilities for this Type 1 demon is Darkness, Radius 10, Fear, Pyrotechnics, Polymorph Self, or gate end a Type 1 to 3 demon with a 30% chance of success. So you can have 2 Type 3 demons.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah, so the demon fights, he will take a key, open a vault in the floor, and take out a giant battle axe of +3 damage. That he does normal damage with +3. So
that is so epic.
Yes, the demon reaches in, pulls a battle axe out of the floor, and starts hacking at you.
Hell yeah. That's so cool.
He will lock the vault
That's
again.
where the party's like, oh, no!
Yes.
Run!
And then he will take the time.
On.
Yes, there is. Because he'll then lock the though. He's locking the vault and putting the key in his pocket. Because the demon has a pocket.
Yeah. That just dawned on me.
Yes.
He's wearing pants. Okay. So.
The demons have a dress.
Now I gotta look up Type 3 demons and how do they look and would they even have pockets?
Maybe he's got a nice pair of coveralls. Because he has to lock this because that vault, well, the lieutenant wears chain and a pendant worth 3,000 gold. The key is
okay,
gold.
hold on now.
Okay.
Now that Type 3 demon, so everybody, I want to refresh everybody's memory. Right there.
Hold on.
Right there. And he's got pants.
He does have pants. He's
got pants.
He's got pants, so
he's got pockets.
He's got pockets. So you have to put pants on your demons.
But the idea that Type 3 demon with a battle axe coming after the party, that's priceless.
Yes. The fact that, he appears and the first thing he does is open a hole in the floor with a key. After he's been summoned. He's not attacking you after he's summoned. He's pulling a key out of his pocket and opening a hole in the floor, opening a door in the floor. At that point, your party should be really scared, and then he pulls out a giant axe.
That's right. Now, this is where you thought the treasure was getting ludicrous before. Now it's just like, now you're just throwing money at him.
Right. There's a reason
like you just won the lottery.
Yeah. There's a reason the demon had the locket. It's very important because you see, once you get the key from the demon, the key is gold with a platinum inlay and worth 5,000 gold. The key is worth 5,000 gold, and that's nothing compared to the rest there. You got 10,000 copper in this vault. You got 60,000 electrum, 10,000 gold.
60,000 electrum. Let that sink in.
Yes.
60,000. Not 6,000. Not 600. 60,000.
Yeah, that's Nick's salary for a year.
Oh, hell, I would take that even in real world. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. But that's not all. No, there's 12 gems worth 1 to 4,000 gold each, 3 potions of healing, and 1 other magic item. There's also the other magic item is a sword plus 2 giant slayer and a scabbard worth 1,000 gold.
A little wink and a nod to Gary Gygax because, when you're going through a module where you need to slay giants, what are you going to have in the treasure? Something that's going to slay giants.
But you're slaying giants in style with that scabbard. 1,000 gold scabbard?
That's bling.
Oh, yeah. So you got
That's D&D bling, my friend.
Right. So now you can wear a 5,000 gold piece worth key around your neck with 1,000 gold piece scabbard while slaying giants.
So you're all pimped out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Going into the dungeon.
And going into the next room, you'll need that giant slaying sword because it has 5 cloud giants that are off duty. They're tired, so they're sleepy because they're off duty. So they're -2 to attack for 3 rounds. If losing badly, they'll call for help from room 18, which is the same as rooms you're currently in.
Same as the above.
Right.
Same as above.
Yes. Those giants will arrive in 6 rounds. Even though they're right next to each other, it takes them 6 rounds to get there. They're tired.
Because they're tired. They've been partying. You know that party fun?
Right.
They dipped into it earlier.
Yeah. And then they'll be at full strength when they show up. Then there's 3,000 silver, 3,000 golds in a large sack. In addition, each giant is carrying 2,000 gold pieces and a gem worth 100 to 1,000 gold each. So on the giants, they have giant pouches as well full of gold. And then, so room 18, they run in with their gold, which is the same as the room we were just in. And then we go to the level 2 of the palace.
Yeah, this is my favorite level.
Yes.
Because this is where we will eventually see the Cloud Giant Air Force.
Yes.
Because you have... then this is like... Yeah, this is the coolest part of the whole adventure. So get to level 2. There's an entry hall, 4 Cloud Giant guards, and 8 humans. I'm assuming they're guards. Maybe.
Possibly. It doesn't say. They're just humans. I mean, they got AC4. They got AC4, so they got some decent armor. 1d8 damage, so they got.
So I'm assuming they're guards,
or maybe Garoots.
Giants. They got rocks and spears. No, it's spell guards.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Guards. Spell guards. Spell correctly.
Yeah, no, the Cloud Giants are Garuds, though.
Oh, okay. Each of the giant sacks is a 3,000 silver and of gold, and the humans carry 10 gold pieces each. Now, this is where you go to Area 2, and this is the Air Force crew barracks. There's 70 humans here.
Okay, so this explains why humans are around. They're the Air Force.
They're your pilots for the Cloud Giant Air Force. They'll be sleeping, and the door's unlocked. They all attack it. The door's forced open. Each carries 10 gold. Is a parapet, which they launch from. So, and then Area 3 is like the above, but only 30 troops.
Okay, let's just sink in for a minute, though. There's the troops there. Yeah, they're the Air Force.
There's 100 human troops.
Right. They have a parapet they launch from. At no point does it say they have gliders or anything. They're just launching humans from a parapet.
Oh, yeah, that's how it sounds right now.
That's how it sounds right now.
Fly!
When I first read through this, I'm like, are they just launching?
Didn't work.
This sounds like something goblins would do.
Well, maybe they were going with the Warner Brothers way of flying. You flap your arms real hard and fast, and maybe you'll fly.
Yeah, possible.
So you got Area 3, 30 more troops. Then 4 is the storage room where the flying equipment is kept. There are 15 flying carpets. Now, you got everybody, listen to this. This is where it gets, this is way over the top now. 15 flying carpets, 10 carpets of welcome, 5 rings of flying, 10 wings of flying, and 10 scrolls of flying that have a duration of 10 turns each. And those are non-combat turns. So is that right? 1 turn is an hour?
I thought 1 turn was 10 minutes.
1 turn is 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So 100 minutes. The reason for all the flying equipment is that at times the castle is attacked from the air, and the force takes care of the threat. Also in the room is 5,000 gold pieces. This, like, as an afterthought, there were 5,000 gold.
It's probably changing the couch at this point. 5,000.
So, by this point, if it were me, and I know the rest, any other party, if you got to this point and you find all these magic items used as just for flying, this is where I take everything and then leave. Yes. It's like, I don't need the do anymore. I just hit the mother load.
But here's the thing. If you find this in the middle of the adventure, just imagine what's later in the adventure.
True. So you got the equipment for the Air Force. Then the next room, human guards at the door. They'll ask what business the party has. If it is something positive sounding, that's kind of ambiguous. The door will be opened and the party will be introduced by the guards, and the door will close. If not, they will be attacked and possibly killed. No, really? Because it's combat. He carries 10 gold pieces. I'm like, do you have to write that down?
Yes.
Possibly killed. Wait a minute. Okay, possibly killed. You got to this point, and it's just 4 level 1 guards, probably wearing bandit mail.
Yes.
If you've gotten this far, the odds of you dying by these schmucks is really, really low.
Or you've been beaten down so much by all the Type 3 demons and everything else, they do kill you.
Oh, that would be all the irony.
Yes.
Okay, now it makes sense. I love it. Okay,
Yes.
That's even better. Because that's humiliating death.
Yes.
So they got another small barracks, 4 human guards in there sleeping. It's in Area 6. They are the ones who relieve the guards in room number 5. They got 4,000 silver, 3,000 gold, also 4 gems from 100. This is obviously a typo when he wrote it. This is where it's like you're in a brain-addled stupor. Also, there are 4 gems worth from 100 to 100 gold pieces each.
They're
all they're like, what?
Yeah. And then each human, everyone carries 10 gold on them. Is it some sort of requirement you must carry 10 gold? Maybe it's for the tax collectors. If you get caught by the tax collectors, you need to pay your gold.
Then you have Area 7, the secret police, also known as Knights. They will burst out if the governor is attacked and try to save him. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yes.
There are also 25 beds from other knights out guarding the governor. And now I'm thinking the governor. I'm thinking the governor from Walking Dead.
Yeah, I've been thinking
Because if I were running it, yeah, the guy would have an eye patch. He talks like this.
Yeah.
We're on Broadway.
Yes.
Anyway, each knight is carrying 50 gold pieces. Only 50.
Yeah.
Also in the room are 5,000 copper, 4,000 silver, 3,000 electrum, 2,000 gold, 1,000 platinum, 4 gems worth 1,000 gold pieces each.
Well, they
Area
haven't
8.
paid taxes yet, so that's why they only have a minimum amount of.
Right. Area 8, same as above. Moving on. Area 7 is the king's grand chamber. With the king are the following guards. 20 cloud giants. They will not throw rocks, but will instead melee with the intruders. 32 knights, who will also melee, but the first will toss a spear. Also, here's the governor himself, Arme, who is, if I may say, he's pretty badass.
Yeah. Dex 15, AC -4, 12 plus 7 hit dice.
102 hit points.
Does 7 to 32 damage.
And he's got a battle axe +3. And he's got a +3 spear. It's actually kind of, this encounter is pretty good because there's a little bit of tactics given. If attacked, the guards will close in on the intruders and attempt to kill them while the governor's gotten to safety in room 8. Okay, cool. There's almost no one left. A bribe of 25,000 gold pieces will be made. If accepted, the intruders will be promised free passage. Promised free passage. When they get outside, though, half of all the troops encircling the palace will attack to the finish. Each giant has 1,000 gold. Each knight 50 gold. King carries 5,000 gold pieces. He can carry 500. Well, he's a giant. Whereas a crown worth 15,000 gold, a scepter worth 10,000, and a belt and cloak worth together 20,000 gold.
Okay, so now you have your 5,000 gold key around your neck. You got your 1,000 gold scabbard, and now you have a 20,000 gold cloak and belt you're wearing. Bling bling, bling bling.
Mm-hmm. Scepter and crown too.
Yep. And then
but I love how they're gonna think that they can bribe the party with 25,000 gold at this point.
Right. Well, if you're almost death and they're offering to give you, if say you're getting mauled, because that's a lot of giants and humans. So you got 52 different enemies in this room, not counting the king. So this combat will be epic. At least it should be.
Yes.
Not to mention there's also a 4th level magic user. There's also an envoy from
There's two fourth level magic users.
Yes. There's an envoy from Sri Lanka that's a cloud giant. He has a +2 sword, and his 3 consorts are human. They wear plate mail and carry +1 swords, and each carries 1,000 gold. There's also an army from Lolth. 10 ogres. They have 3 human slaves that do not attack. The first carry 2 carpets of welcome, and so does the second. The third carries a golden chest worth 8,000 gold that contains 5,000 platinum. That was a gift from the giants. Each ogre has 100 gold. And there's also a hole that leads through THREW, the cloud where people are publicly executed.
Through as in spelled THREW.
Yeah, so
I love the misspellings.
Yeah, so it basically also has the Mr. Burns hole to throw you to your death. So you fall through the hole, and that's where you get publicly executed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that Lolth is so desperate for emissaries that she had to send ogres.
Right.
I guess everybody else is busy, so she sent the B team if not the C team.
Right. And they have 3 human slaves. So I'm assuming the slaves are carrying the 8,000 gold chest with the 5,000 platinum and the 2 carpets. Yeah, why not? And then we get to
you
level.
May bring 5 or 6 slaves,
right?
Of the strongest kind, 1 or 2 of the weaker ones, just for amusement.
Right. So at this point, your players should be able to open a really good rug shop with all the rugs you have.
Yes, with very beautiful area rugs from all over the world.
Right. So they have a new side business after this adventure. And now we go to level 3. It has level 3 of the palace that contains 5 knights. Mm-hmm. They'll fight to the death. Yeah. They fight because they fear Arme more than anything else. They carry 200 gold. Okay, whatever. Then next is Arme's personal chamber.
Well, that's because they're fighting to the death because they are paid better.
Right, exactly. And then we go to Arme's personal chamber, huge bed, chairs, table. There's a heaps of worthless fire? Furs, spelled F-I-R-S, that litter the room. The total value of everything in the room is 50,000 gold. There are also 8 potions and 3 other magical items. So if your party somehow has a way to take a nice bedroom set, they can be worth 50,000 gold.
I just find it funny that the sentence says there are heaps of worthless furs that litter the room, and the next one is the total value of everything in the room is 50,000 gold.
Right. So the worthless furs, in addition to all the bedroom set, are worth 50,000. You have to sell it as a bundle. You can't separate it. You have to sell it as a bundle.
Oh, okay. The bundle deal.
Right, it's a bundle deal. You have to take the furs with the bedroom set. And then you get more random magic items because why not? And and just in case you were wondering, you haven't hit the treasure room yet. Because the next room is the actual treasure room.
Which is next.
Yes. The reason it's here is because Arme does not trust anyone but himself. The contents are 50,000 copper and 50,000 silver, 45,000 electrum, 70,000 gold, 12,000 platinum, 25 gems worth 100 to 1,000, 10 jewels worth 2,000 to 5,000 each, 8 potions, 6 scrolls, and 3 other magic items. 1 is a sword, because you need more magic weapons. So at this point,
why not?
Right,
because the massive amount of flying magic items that you already got just is not enough.
Right.
Oh no.
Yes. I should actually, in addition to compiling just how much gold value you get, this is Boo. Say hi, Boo. Meow.
Hi, Boo.
In addition to all of the gold, I need to figure out the experience points you gain from all the magic items as well.
Oh my god, yeah.
If you could get a level 1 character, say you were a level 1 character tagging along with your friends' broken characters, and they decide to give you all the experience from just all the loot, how high of a level could you reach from this adventure?
Oh, jeez. Well, I would assume that you wouldn't have first level characters go through this adventure, but say if you had a first level nobody with the rest of the party.
Yeah. Say you had the little sister
10.
tag along or the little brother tag along.
Yeah.
And because in this
little
game,
Petey.
Right, first time player, the DM running this would not let them start at a higher level. They would have to start at level 1 and everyone else is like level 56.
I don't know about that high, but okay.
Yeah. But now things get interesting because this is where we go underground, and this is where we get the really fun random monster chart. First.
Yes. So underground level 1. Okay, hold on a second, though. If it's underground, but it's in the clouds, which one is it?
Over level, maybe it is. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I just trying to figure that out. I was like, underground, but I thought this was in the clouds.
Maybe the clouds are resting on a mountain peak.
Oh.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you have underground. I guess we should put underground in quotes there. So level 1 is a guard room, 12 human guards. Attempt to take all intruders prisoner and out them in one of the cells. If possible, they have 10 gold pieces. I guess room 2 just has 60,000 electrum pieces just laying everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Why not?
Sweet. You jump into the pile of electrum pieces like you dive into it. Woo. 3 is a hallway that leads to the cells. Key to all the cells sits near the entry door to this hallway.
Not guarded.
Area 4,
Just
8 human
there.
guards. Yeah, not guarded. 8 human guards that were caught stealing and killing a cloud giant. So I guess these are the cells now. I guess 5 is 3 elven skeletons. 6 is an empty cell.
Why would you open cell 5 if you can see
Why
in
are
it?
they that?
And why are the elf skeletons
Because
there?
it's experience points.
But there were skeletons elsewhere. Why are these captured? Why are the poor elf skeletons singled out?
Because they're elven skeletons and they're bad.
And then there's what? Yep, 6 is an empty.
6 empty cell, and area 7 is a type 1 demon who has been drugged to him from teleporting.
But
Huh? Oh, I guess
he teleported there.
I guess he's been drugged and he teleported here. When I first read it, I'm like, huh? Then I thought maybe he was drugged and he's been drugged so he can't teleport away.
Ah, drugged from okay. I see.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Wording makes me think he was drugged from teleporting.
I know.
He was pulled away from teleporting. It sounds like.
I don't know. To me, it sounded like what he was trying to say is okay. It's type 1 demon like gated in. They drugged him somehow, and they put him in this room, and they keep them drugged so he can't teleport away.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Here we go. Lolth going with the C team again. Area 8 is 8 ogres sent from Lolth. Arme got so mad he had them locked up. They will help all rescuers.
So now your party grows. 4 Shidu, one G Djinn, and 8 ogres. Not to mention a possible Ifrit. So at this point, yeah, you have a lot of people.
I think what happened is like I said, Lolth sending 8 ogres. He's like, that's the best you could do, and he just like threw them in the dungeon.
Right. Yeah. And then 9 is
9 is a cloud. Is a cloud giant.
Yep. Punished for insubordination. He will not help you, but it doesn't say he'll attack you.
Not anyone.
This is the cloud giant that took his ball and went home in the corner because he got in trouble for doing something he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Right. 10 is 4 merchants are being readied for dinner.
Oh.
Like spice over them, or like dipping them in stuff.
Maybe they're being basted on a rotisserie, or perhaps they're sitting in tied up in a nice marinade.
Sitting in a vat of some sort of like marinade.
Yeah.
They cannot give rewards. Really.
Right.
That could be taken anyways.
Yeah.
Area 11 is a night to be used for spear practice at a later date. They're using their own troops as spear practice.
Yeah.
No wonder
these guys are so badass.
Yes.
He got the worst job. He's like, okay, you're spearman. You target for spear practice. Moving on.
Right. You scored lowest.
It's like the old. It's like.
So wait. So obviously 12 is an empty cell, but 13 is a gnome who's very noble, and he will send rescuers 10,000 gold, 20 bolts of +2, and a potion of extra healing. Does he mail it to them via pigeon?
I think so. I think he has it delivered. He gets their address, and we'll have it mailed to you in 7 to 8 weeks.
Seriously, I promise. You just saved me. I promise to send you 10,000 gold. I promise.
I'm good for it. I'm noble. Look at me. I'm a gnome.
Yes. No, not just noble. Very noble.
Yes, very noble.
It says it right here on my certificate.
A couple more empty cells. Yeah. Certificate authenticity.
Yeah.
So a couple more cells, and this building has part of the transportation here. There are 6 lackeys. If attacked, they will run away, only to warn the intruders. To see who comes, roll for using the palace table. There are. This is where it gets even more interesting. There are 35 hippogriffs and 35 griffins here in the stalls. I think he meant quite tame. It says quite tame.
What are the lackeys, though?
What's that?
Is there a monster called Lackey? I don't remember seeing one.
Well, they don't fight at all. Yeah, so they just run.
Those are like the Garoots.
Yes, they're a lower level. You go from lackey to Garood.
Ah, okay.
Oh, a lackey's lower than Garood? Okay.
Yeah, because the Garoots have sword. Lackeys don't. Lackeys are cannon fodder.
And they're also in this room. There are 30 gold pieces on a shelf, just because.
Right.
Now.
Oh, we forgot to mention the hippogriffin and griffins are tame, so they'll allow anyone to ride them. So now your entire group is riding griffins and hippogriffs.
And you also have the carpets of flying, the wings of flying.
I'm imagining you're riding a hippogriff on a carpet of flying because why not? And actually,
with a ballista on its back.
Yeah, with a ballista.
We got the counter table, which is the last thing finally in this module after a bunch of some great
read it off, Vince.
Oh, come on. Aerial Servant, Demon 1, Demon 2, Demon 3, Devil Horn, Dragon, Blue, Black, Green, Gold and Silver, Red, Air Elemental, Cloud Giant, Storm Giant, Griffin, Hippogriff, Kirin. Is that how it's pronounced?
Chiron.
Pseudo Dragon, Pegasus, Brock, and Chudu.
And you roll this every 2 turns. There's a 1 in 10 chance of rolling on this table.
So every 20 minutes, one of these things can pop up.
What I like next on this thing is the maps.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I love the maps.
It's hand-drawn. It's really aged, but I like the first map on I would say the top right. Was there an extra piece to the cloud that he erased?
I think so.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yes.
I think so. I just noticed that. I'll be damned.
Yes.
It kind of looks like there was something else there, but it looks like the guy went, screw it, and he erased it.
Right. And
you're right.
And it also gives you a direction to the kingdom of Sri Lanka on that map.
Yeah, it does.
Sri Lanka, this way.
Kingdom of Sri Lanka.
Wait a minute. Maybe it's the... No, I thought it was the next room, but no, it looks like he actually... Yeah, it looks like another room that he actually deleted. I could zoom in on it. And if you zoom in on it, I'll show it up on the screen. It's kind of hard to see maybe, but...
Yeah, I'm getting as white there. Well...
Yeah, when you zoom in, you can see it. There's a bunch of X's, and it's like a cloud.
There's like a little cloud around it.
Yeah.
So
it was an extra room here. Deleted. Nice.
Yeah, and it actually, if you go...
Maybe he was like running along, like saying, no, that's too silly.
Right. Common sense kicked in. And if you look, all of those X's, let's see here. Let me see what those were. Those were troop encampments. Each consisted of 10 men.
Maybe he was making a cloud of a large encampment.
Right. They each consist of 10 men, and 5 men are armed with light crossbows. So every one of those X's is a group of 10 men, 5 with crossbows, shooting at you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I count about 20, about 30.
Yeah, that's
30
about
of those
right.
Little X's.
Yep, that's about right.
Yeah.
On the third?
So 30 times 5.
150 crossbows shooting at you?
Yeah. Why did he leave that out?
Well, if you look at the palace,
come on.
I think
it was That was just too over the top?
Apparently. But if you look at it on the map, all those little X's are that encampment of 10 men all around the palace. It's kind of glossed over when you're going through the adventure, but when you look at the map, every one of those is an encampment of a ton of men with crossbows.
Yep.
I'd like to point out also on map 3, the same thing is done almost. It looks like in the prison map, there was a cloud drawn there, erased. And then in the personal quarters, level 3, there was a couple secret rooms that he erased and moved somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's little notes in pencil, like 50 and 500 in the top, left, if you're looking at it straight up and down.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Very faint. 5 and 500.
That's
50 and 500, whatever that means.
That's part of the charm of this module is the hand-drawn maps.
Yes.
Scanned right in.
Then you have a bunch of homemade, adventure logs. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And
they're all actually fillable in the PDF, too. They were actually made into forms. So.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be damned. You're right. Click on it, and you can fill those in. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Summary, weapon matrix, spell inventory.
Yeah. So you could just steal these and print them off for any adventure.
Saving throw, turn, leaving notes, goes on and on. And then you finally get, the ad in the back of the Usherwood Adventures, and we're done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do we say about this? As
God, I don't.
Is this a pay what you want? Or
it's
free.
Or
what?
This is free. Their entire series of middle school products are just free, so you can just download this. They have other adventures that are pay, but the High Adventure for middle school, they're all free. They also have one that plays off the B series and it spans off B2 that you can download as well.
Cool.
So
I didn't get to see that yet.
Right. So they're on Drive-Thru RPG. I just searched for OSR and sorted by free, and I found this. I'm like, this seems glorious. We must talk about this because this is how most people, if they started gaming as a teen with other teens, this is how you played, and it harkens back to that olden day, and I think it would make for a great little convention game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is something that, you definitely want to run as a one-shot because your party will never be the same afterwards.
Yeah, you know what? I would even think of at a convention you would run this as a two-parter.
Yeah.
You conceivably could do that, so that people could play in the first half and then the second half, and still, because it is still kind of big.
Right. There's a lot.
There's still a lot of stuff in
especially
there.
Some of the combats.
Oh, let's go with our ratings. Yeah. Nick, what do you rate out of shields?
Oh boy, gosh. I'm trying to. I'm gonna be fair. Get back to me.
Matt, what about you?
Oh, this is hard. It's because this is such a novelty item. Because if we were to judge it upon current modules and being all serious, it would be in that 1. But
you guys having trouble?
Yeah, but once you get in but if you take it for what it is, and it's meant to be tongue in cheek, and with all the typos and all the other issues, I would give it in that 3 to 4 range as a novelty gag gift. That's the way to look at it. Because it's going to be fun to go through once or twice, but it's not going to be. I'm not sure the replay value after you went through it once or twice and experienced all the absurdity of it. The PDF is put together real nice. The layout's actually really good, and all the editing and typos, those are from the original notes of the writing. So, and that's part of its charm. So I would give it in that. 3.5, maybe 4 if you really are into the joke. And if you have no sense of humor, it's a 1. Just stay away from it.
I was going to say about the same thing. I'll say 3.75 shields. So 3 3/4 shields for basically the same reasons Matt gave. One, it is very rough as far as a module is like, the bases are there. There are some little glimmers of a plot there because it does tie into the original Giant series, but the format very well laid out, like Matt said. The artwork's actually very good. The cover art is very nice. Yeah. The maps are legible, very well done. I like the idea for the nostalgia value of the factor of the maps being the original scans. So with all that taken into consideration, plus the PDF in the back, the PDFs in the back that, they are fillable, I'll give it 3.75, 3 3/4 shields, Just for this is, again, like Matt said, a great one-off just to play, just to goof off and have some fun and just have a good time.
Yeah, I would give it around 3 shields as well. It's a good time. Definitely a convention module to have a lot of fun. I would definitely go for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess with that, we're going to say keep it original, keep it old school. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
The Roll for Initiative podcast is a production of Wild Games Productions in association with D20Radio.com. You can visit us at rfipodcast.com or contact us on our forums at osrgaming.org or even by calling us at 570-865-4210. This podcast is produced for entertainment purposes only. All other uses are prohibited. And remember, if your magic missile spell doesn't automatically hit, you're playing the wrong edition. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Roll for Initiative.